To the to the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Captain America said you gotta be like me or you're gonna wind up dead. That's at the end of your road. Flat road, down and tired. You sleepyhead, won't you go to bed? Let me run your line. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive, then well, will you be there holding my hand? Savior of the universe. Everybody come on.
Hey there, everybody, it's the Gentleman Snark here, as always. Today, we are doing a One Piece Chapter 821 review. Lot of stuff to dive in today, so let's just jump right into it. So, last chapter, we saw that Jack is back, and in this chapter, it's time for the Jack attack. Yes, lame pun. Yes, I know it's lame, but anyways, let's get right into it. So, yeah, what is Jack doing? Well, it's simple. He's trying to bring the house down, or in this case, trying to bring the entire elephant down by blowing it up with cannons, shooting it on its legs, just to destroy everything, of course. Very merciless indeed. You can expect that from Kaido's right-hand man. But, oh yeah, in case you haven't noticed, this should obviously be apparent, but there is going to be spoilers here. So if you haven't read Chapter 821, then you know what to do. Move your ass and get on it. Now, as I was saying, yeah, the chapter begins. Jack is trying to blow up Zoe, the giant elephant, and shooting it down. So apparently, while everybody's on Zoe, they're seeing this, and as you can probably guess, they're panicking. So, nothing much they can do, except Luffy and Momonosuke start to hear the voice of Zoe, or rather, hear the voice of that 1,000-year-old elephant. So, clearly, we get a bit of a peek into the Void History, or Void Century as they call it. Apparently, that Zoe had committed a crime, and thus was sentenced to walk the earth for, like, what, all eternity? Like, is there a proper sentence? Like, why? First off, what crime did they commit? Was it the actual, animal people that committed these crimes? Or were these, like, past ancestors? Or were these possibly people of the Wano Kingdom that committed this crime and were forced to walk? I mean, it's really anyone's guess here. The thing that I find interesting is that the elephant needed an order from, I believe it needed an order from Momonosuke. I'm not sure if it would really listen to Luffy, even though Luffy could also hear the voice as well. So, basically, when Momonosuke finally gave the word to attack, it attacked Jack. Another rhyme. I swear I'm not making these up. But in any case, Jack's ship gets sunk with one swing of its trunk. So, yeah, the elephant ain't messing around. So, this chapter itself was pretty straightforward. Jack comes in. Jack is trying to blow up Zoatia and, Zoe and the elephant. The elephant's in need of help. Contacts both Momonosuke and Luffy saying to, order me to fight back. And so they did. And, yeah, it struck back in a very epic way. So it kind of looks to me that Jack is out of commission. I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted Zoro, and maybe a little bit of me as well, wanted Zoro to take out Jack, but nah, I think the elephant kind of beat them all to the punch. So that's nice. One dangerous foe is taken care of. So apparently, in this arc, or rather in this chapter, after that little annoyance that Jack incurred, Luffy seems to be ready to set off, asking for the residents of the Zoe to actually give them some food to prepare for the long journey to rescue Sanji's ass. So basically, it's asks for food. Meanwhile, we see a Denden Mushi seems to be contacting Kaido. And as we can see that on the Denden Mushi, who exactly does that remind you of? The Denden Mushi, of course. Well, it's our favorite musical artist, the the Weird Al of One Piece, Scratchman of Pooh. So now we seem to know that Scratchman of Pooh is indeed working with Kaido. So this begs in with a lot of questions here. Was Scratchman of Pooh always working for Kaido, or was this a result of that little random encounter in a couple chapters back where Kid, Apu, and Hawkins were all having a meeting to help take down Shanks, that emperor? So I wonder if Kaido and the three of them came with some kind of alliance/partnership, or whether they're working for Kaido to kind of get rid of Shanks because their interest happens to co-align. Not exactly sure what to make of it there, but I am kind of surprised that Scratchman of Pooh is working for Kaido. Whether it was already in motion or whether it's just now a last-minute spur-of-the-moment thing. Everybody pretty much expected that the three of them probably all got wrecked, but hey, maybe they did, and Scratchman of Pooh decided to do the smart thing. Instead of engaging in fight with this seemingly immortal man, he decided to, bend over and let him have his way, just for this moment, just so he can manage to live to see another day. So, what the actual contents of what happened in that meeting is still a blur, but it's no doubt that in the next chapter we're gonna get information as to what the heck actually happened. So that's the thing. We get some look into the Void Century. Again, what type of crime the residents of Zou actually committed, whether it was the residents themselves, Wano Country, or maybe it's the elephant himself that managed to take control and actually cause the crime itself. And another question is, how exactly does Momonosuke play his part in this role, since he was the one able to order the elephant? Now, despite the fact that even though Luffy also heard the voice, we don't exactly know for a fact whether or not they would listen to Luffy if Luffy was the one that gave the order. Now, my last minute theory is that maybe it has something to do with Conqueror's Haki, since Luffy possesses it, but a bit out of place that how Momonosuke would possess it, at least so soon. But, stranger things have happened before in the One Piece realm. But within the chapter, we also get another reference to both how back in the day, Roger and Momonosuke's father was also able to hear stated how they were able to hear these voices. And this was also lampshaded within the Fishman Island arc when Luffy was trying to take down the arc that was about to destroy Fishman Island. He was able to hear the voices of the sea creatures, and so is Shirahoshi. And back then, Gold Roger was also able to hear the voice of the sea creatures. So I'm wondering, whatever this Void Century is talking about, I wonder if it has anything to do with possibly Poseidon, like the ancient weapon Poseidon, or Shirahoshi. Like, what exactly is going on here? Because it seems that whatever happened in that Void Century, it seems that the animals way back then, like the old animals from the distant past, from the distant past, from the animals or the Sea Kings from the Fishman Island arc, all the way to the 1,000-year-old elephant right now, currently in this arc. So what exactly happened? I feel as if we're going to get a big reveal, perhaps some sort of like spirit guide or some sort of like 1,000-year-old animal besides the elephant will be the one to reveal the Void Century. And if you remember a while back, Rayleigh, when he was on Roger's crew, they also figured out what the history was, and apparently wasn't too good. So according to the elephant, apparently what the elephant is saying seems to already be matching up with Rayleigh had warned when they said what they found wasn't very good at all. So yeah, we get a bit peek into the Void Century. So a little bit of tease there, not much, but it's something. We also get a bit of another allegory between Roger and Luffy and Momonosuke and his father. So whatever legend or whatever war that's being teased at the end when either One Piece or the Void Century history is finally discovered, gotta be huge at this point, because they are really teasing the hell out of it. So it seems that these voices seem to really have annoyed Luffy and Momonosuke to the point where it actually gave them a headache. So again, whatever this power is, not exactly sure if it's Conqueror's Haki or whatnot, because let's be honest, Shirahoshi was also able to hear the voices of the Sea Kings. And for Shirahoshi to have Conqueror's Haki, a bit out of place. But I have a bit of a theory here, as to why this is all happening, as to why all this is happening towards these certain characters. Maybe whatever power or whatever role they place in history, it only affects royal bloodline in a sense. Like, because think about it. Shirahoshi is the princess of Fishman Island. Momonosuke is, well, technically the heir or the next ruler, the next shogun, supposed to be the shogun of the Wano Kingdom. And then we now have Luffy that wants to be king of the pirates. Now, Luffy, as we know, his name is Monkey D. Luffy. He's a D. And the will of D has been teased up and down, up the ass, everywhere, all about. So my guess is whatever Luffy, the reason why Luffy's also able to hear the voices has to have something to do with the will of D. So perhaps maybe he's a descendant of some royal bloodline that happened to be in the D family. I mean, who really knows at this point? It's just a theory on my point. Just a theory, just a speculation, because every person we have seen that's been able to hear voices that nobody else especially on the other crew or anybody else in the other vicinity that's unable to hear, the people that are able to hear it have been part of some royal bloodline and some royal family. So whatever this Joy Boy thing that was mentioned in the Fishman Island arc, like, it's all starting to come together in a nice, masterful, like, puzzle piece here. So we got that Void Sentry, a lot of speculation there. Jack is seemingly out of commission, and Scratchman who apparently is working for Kaido. Now, again, the details of that whole clash is still unknown. Who knows? Maybe they actually reached out to Kaido for assistance to take down Shanks. Because if you remember a while back, before the Great War with Whitebeard and Marineford happened, Kaido was planning to start something with Whitebeard. But it wasn't until Shanks stepped in and stopped Kaido that managed to, like, not happen. I mean, Whitebeard still died anyways, but he managed to, cool things down within the pirate world. So I don't know, maybe they found a way to work with Kaido to indirectly get back at Shanks because of his involvement and whatnot. So, like I said, there's a lot of speculation there. The next chapter is most likely going to explain as exactly what went on in that meeting between Kaido, Apu, Kid, and Hawkins, because I'm still curious as to what the heck actually happened. So, that's One Piece chapter 821. I would give this chapter an 8.5. Because at first, when you look at the chapter at first glance, it seems to be kind of a simple read. Jack comes in to try to destroy and, well, basically F shit up. And so, yeah, this is kind of a straightforward chapter. It pretty much starts with Jack trying to fuck shit up on Zoe by, blowing everything up. Oh, surprise, surprise, the elephant has some kind of collective consciousness, gives a little bit of history on Zoe, and then destroys Jack. Destroys Jack's ship and fleet and seemingly be out of commission. And then next we have the whole big reveal with seemingly Scratchman Apu seems to be working for Kaido. A lot of questions here, as always, but if you guys have been keeping up, One Piece has officially entered the Versus the Four Emperors arc, so we already know that crazy shit is going to be happening from here on out. So basically right now, this was only the beginning. This was precursor to war. This was only the beginning of what's more to come here. And it's already been teased that while the Straw Hats are going to be rescuing Sanji, something like big is going to happen. So we already know that while Luffy and the others are going to be trying to save Sanji, some kind of clash with Big Mom is going to happen. I mean, it's supposed to be kind of a stealth operation here, but knowing how Luffy's so gung-ho, and the fact that they're going to have to try to steal the imprints of a poneglyph, we already know some kind of big major clash between Luffy and Big Mom is going to happen. Now, I don't know whether they'll fight. I don't want to say they'll fight yet, because if they do fight, I don't think it's going to be concluded within that arc. I think the most that's going to happen is that they might fight to try and free Sanji or to get him out of the marriage, but I don't think if a fight does take place, it'll be concluded there. It'd be more like a to be continued or a precursor of what will come or what the fight may look like in the future. But all I know is shit's going to get real, and it's going to get real fast. And I am looking forward to that. I really am looking forward to this. So the sad thing is, though, that with this whole overshadowing of the Four Emperors arc, our beloved never-ending adventure of One Piece seems to be coming down to an end. Now, it was stated a while back that when One Piece had the 2-year time skip, it was confirmed by Oda that One Piece is halfway done already. So, with that logic in mind, that was 10 years, that took 10 years to build. So basically, we're looking at possibly another 8 to 9 years of the Versus 4 Emperors arc, possibly. So, yeah, this is kind of a good and bad thing. Good thing is, things in One Piece are heating up immensely. Bad news is, this could be the precursor to the end. But, let's not get there yet. Like they say, all good things must come to an end, but let's not focus on the negative yet. Let's just focus on enjoy the ride. When we get to that, we'll all have a nice good ode to One Piece once it ends. But right now, a little bit too early here. A lot of people are talking about how this is reaching its end. I'm thinking that too, but let's just focus on the now right now. And the now is, like I said, things are picking up. So, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I kind of picked up what needs to be picked up in this chapter. So that's One Piece chapter 821. Hope you guys had an excellent read. Be sure to post in the comment section what you think about this chapter. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more One Piece goodness or any of your other favorite anime news here on East Meets West. As always, I am the Gentleman Snark, and as always, I'll see you guys later.
Hey, this is Flamehawk. I hope you enjoyed our weekly East Meets West podcast.
Be sure to catch us every week on Fridays at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I run the American side of things, covering Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and much, much more.
And as always, I run the otaku and Japanese side of things, from Shonen Jump into other interesting anime news. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Your contribution is always appreciated.
And remember, folks, stay classy.